Today is Sunday, Parashat Matot. In the Parashah of this week, there is a dialogue that delivers an important message. The dialogue is between the tribes of Gad and Reuven and Moshe Rabbeinu, when they're asking for the piece of land that they conquered, which is on the eastern bank of the Jordan River, because that area had wonderful grazing fields for the many animals, for the flocks that Gad and Reuven had. Moshe Rabbeinu actually also gives them half of the tribe of Menashe to be with them, and there was a deal that was made that Gad and Reuven, who would stay on the other side of the Jordan River, will first join their brothers, the rest of the tribes, and would fight the war in Eretz Canaan. And the way that they worded what they planned to do in that eastern bank of the Jordan River, they said, we're going to build Gidrot Son Nivne Letzonenu, we're going to build enclosures for our flocks, Ve'arim Letapenu, and cities for our children. But when Moshe Rabbeinu answers them, he changes the order, and he tells them, Benu Lachem, Arim Letapechem, build cities for your children. And then only then does he mention enclosures for your animals. And here the change of order indicates that a person has to give more importance for his children, for his family, than for his business ventures. All too often people put the wrong importance on the wrong things. In other words, they give the wrong relative importance to things. And here Moshe Rabbeinu corrects the tribes of Gad and Reuven and tells them, you had the order wrong. Don't think about first, we're going to build enclosures for our flocks, and then we're going to take care of our children. Think first of your children, and then think of the enclosures for your flocks. And that's applicable not just for them, but for each and every one of us. As we raise families, Be'ezrat Hashem, now always to put the emphasis on the education of children, to give them good, sound Jewish education, comes before many other attention-seeking involvement that we have, whether it's in business or in assets that we're trying to acquire. Always, children should come first before everything else. Of course, a person needs to have an occupation, a business. He should be aspiring to succeed, should have ambition to do well, but always to remember what deserves attention. Number one is the children, just like Moshe Rabbeinu told the tribes of Gad and Reuven. You want to build enclosures for your flocks? That's great. But first think of the order. First, cities and caring for your children first, and then you think about the business. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen.